Here's the problem with barefoot shoes. While they're great for strengthening feet and ankles, feeling the ground beneath your feet, and supporting natural posture and spinal alignment, transitioning to wearing them full time can take a long time. And frankly, it's not always comfortable. What's more, even after you do more or less get used to them, some activities can be extremely fatiguing in ultra barefoot shoes, especially if you're still building up that strength and tolerance. Fortunately, this new line of shoes from Bahe aims to solve that problem. Well, both those problems, transitioning comfortably and how to choose the right footwear no matter what you'll be doing outdoors with not one, not two, but 3 different shoes. This is the Revive Modes line, the Flex, Adapt, and Endurance. And each one serves a different purpose. How, and maybe more importantly, why? We'll get into that in just a sec. But first, what even are these new shoes? Well, they're comfy, I can tell you that. I've been hiking and trail running in them for the last month or so, and I gotta say, I like them. First of all, they're super lightweight. They're made of more responsible materials like recycled polyester, natural rubber, and organic cotton. They seem durable and have moderately grippy soles that offer decent traction on trails. And yes, they're zero drop and have a wide toe box and are plenty flexible, as all barefoot shoes should be. Plus, like all Bahe shoes, they have a unique wellness feature built in that we'll get to momentarily. But what makes these shoes most intriguing is the 3 different sole thicknesses available. The Flex with its stack height of 10 millimeters, the Adapt at 14 millimeters, and the Endurance with 22 millimeters. But why would you need 3 different barefoot shoes, each with a different sole and cushioning level? Because, well, A, transitioning to barefoot shoes takes time and can be a bit uncomfortable. Check out our video that we did about transitioning. And B, well, frankly, different sole thicknesses are ideal for different types of activities, especially if you're near the beginning or middle of your barefoot journey. Because if there's one thing I learned after moving to a rocky mountain desert region and starting to hike tougher, longer, rockier trails, it's that soles and cushioning, even on barefoot shoes, can make a big difference on comfort and endurance depending on your barefoot experience and what kind of activities you're getting up to outside. For example, I've been wearing barefoot shoes for several years now, so you could say that I'm fully transitioned. I love to hike, trail run, and even backpack in barefoot shoes and sandals. As a result, I want shoes that are super flexible and offer serious ground feel. But that's usually when I'm only out for 2 or 3 hours. On extra long hikes, say 10 miles or more, which I don't do as often, or longer trail runs that might be on especially rocky trails, my feet still get tired. My ankles get fatigued. I don't want to walk anymore. On one rocky 12-mile summit hike recently, I was wearing ultra-flexible barefoot shoes and my feet started cramping. I had to spend an hour rolling them out at the end of the day. On hikes like those, I would have appreciated having a barefoot shoe with a denser sole or just a touch more cushion. But that's freaking hard to find in a barefoot shoe. I mean, I get why, but still, I don't want to shell out for a pair of trail runners with a 40 millimeter stack height, a narrow toe, and a big drop just because I want to go farther than I usually do. So I really appreciate having the option for just a little more cushion when I need it, because who wants to wear shoes that make their feet hurt? I mean, even most barefoot enthusiasts have a limit. But these aren't just for folks well underway on their barefoot journey. They're rad if you're just starting the barefoot transition process too. You can buy yourself 2 or 3 of these options, like the Adapt and Endurance, then alternate which ones you wear based on how you're feeling that day, which is important when transitioning so you don't overwork your feet and do more harm than good. Again, go watch our transitioning video. But basically, you can wear a thinner sole for a walk around the neighborhood, say, then let your feet rest by switching to thicker soles the rest of the day, and then just slowly increasing the amount of time you spend in the most barefoot option. You can and should mix it up between the Endurance, Adapt, and Flex, depending on how your feet feel. And in a few months, you'll be a barefoot boss and can come back to the cushier options when you're tackling bigger trail objectives. But okay, how are you supposed to know which pair or pairs is right for you? Bahe actually thought of that and has a handy chart on their website that takes into consideration where you are in your barefoot journey and what kind of outdoor activities you want to do, then recommends which pair or pairs you might want. Take me, for example. The chart suggests that I might like the most minimalist flex for most activities. Correct. But that for longer pursuits and more difficult endeavors, the adapt may be the right choice. Also correct. Or take Josh. He is a more intermediate barefooter, so he might prefer the more moderately cushioned adapt for most activities and the extra cushioned endurance for longer or tougher pursuits. I mean, the extra cush is nice. What's more, each pair is slightly modular, so you can really dial in micro adjustments depending on what you're feeling that day. As in, there's a thin removable insole that you can take out to make the shoes a smidge more flexible or put in to offer a touch more cushion protection. You can also purchase an additional grounding insole from Bahe if you have low volume or narrow feet like I do to make the shoes fit even better. But we haven't even talked about that wellness technology that I alluded to earlier, which is kind of a big deal because in addition to this new modes line being barefoot, they're also grounding. Yep, these shoes have the brand's unique grounding technology built in. Conductive material that goes through the sole, footbed, and insoles, which means you can reap all the benefits of grounding or earthing even with your shoes on. Did you see our full video about grounding footwear and its potential health and wellness benefits? You should go watch it if you haven't. We'll link to it up here in the description. But basically, some small studies show it could have real benefits for mood, sleep, even inflammation. It's cool. You should definitely go watch the video. Basically, this new modes line is just a continuation of Bahe's goal to help people move more naturally, whatever their level of barefoot experience and foot strength. They're really trying to make the healthiest shoe possible. I mean, barefoot and grounding totally make sense together, and I'm here for it. And yes, we've tested their grounding hiking boots and sandals too. You should go check out those videos next. But honestly, these are genuinely barefoot shoes that I think will appeal to pretty much everyone, no matter how much experience you currently have with barefoot footwear. I mean, the endurance? What a comfortable introduction to zero-drop wide-toe box shoes. The adapt? This is a super solid happy medium for just about everybody. And the flex? Well, this ultra minimalist baby is mine, so go get your own. Anyway, if having options like these doesn't make transitioning less intimidating and all types of barefoot outdoor pursuits more comfortable, well, I don't know what does. They're available for pre-order on August 12th and then will ship and be available to order straight up at the end of September. So go get grounded in whatever level of barefoot shoes strikes your fancy and wander on.